She's been in this business for a little while. She had a great audience, and most importantly, she's a mom. She is a wife. She's a person of service, and I love listening to her. Claudia, it is an honor to have you here, and I'll leave with you people. Claudia Bohorquez from Canada.
Hello from Fort Erie, Canada. For those of you that do not know, Canada is right there, up there, north of you. And I live literally 5 minutes away from the U.S. I'm in a border city. It's called Fort Erie. I live 20 minutes from Niagara Falls. So if any of you are planning to visit Niagara Falls, I know Jennifer is next. You are welcome to come and see me. I'm so excited. So how was I able to actually move from the largest city in Canada to the smallest? No, it's not the smallest, but for me it's pretty small. How was I able to move from a 5 million people city to a 30,000 and live the life that I live now? That's what I'm going to tell you guys a little bit today. So I'm going to show you a few pictures. And I live in a small town. It's 30,000 people. Maybe some of you may live even in a smaller one, but it's pretty small for me. I'm from Bogota, so 10 million people. Then it's going smaller and smaller. I think this is probably the smallest I'll get. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you a little bit of my life in a few slides. And I'm just going to take Dan off here. So first picture I have to show you from this very short presentation that I do as a preview is my son Mateo. This was a couple of years ago, and he's holding the Reset Kit from For Life. Why do I love this picture? This shows exactly why I do what I do. This kid has been with me, my model, my little salesperson, my videographer. We just do so much together. We did videos, doing exercise, teaching people, because that is the message that I want to give people. I want to give message to moms that they can spend the time that they need with their children. I had my child when I was 40. And for those of you that have children, I think you know that 40 is a little out there to be having children. So I'm 50 now. My child's 11. He just turned 11, and it's a high demand. So one of the things I love is traveling. When I had Mateo, I was going through a lot of health issues, and I promised myself that I would invest in me. The first thing I did, unfortunately, was leave the father. It was a toxic relationship. The second thing I did was leave my job. Even though it was not a toxic job, it was a job that kept me away from living the life that I wanted. And the third thing I did was to promise myself that every day I would grow daily into becoming a better mom so I could age gracefully for him. And that's what I do. So this is our China trip. We were away for 21 days. I promised Mateo that we would actually travel the capitals of the world together instead of learning them from a book. We would do that, and we would do it with For Life, which is the opportunity we're going to present to you tonight. The next convention, all of you are going to meet him because I have promised him I'll bring him. The next thing that I want to tell you about my life, thanks to For Life, I actually met my husband. So yes, I was at a piñata. So I was at a party, and I saw this man, and he has like this great body. And I thought, oh, we have such great products for people that love health and fitness. So why not ask him for lunch? So I did. I invited my friend, he was a friend then, to lunch. I talked to him about For Life. Couple of years later, now we're married. And yes, we do sell the message to people. We are a fit family, and we love it. We want to bring the message that health comes first, balance in life, good nutrition. I'm not always as good as he is. And, Mateo and I, we just had a couple of chocolate chip cookies today, but it's okay. We live life fully. The other thing I thought when I actually quit my job was I want to invest in something that is not only for me. There's a lot of companies out there that are specialized in a certain thing, an item or a service. And I said, I want to do something that I can invest in my family. And what a great choice I did, Dan, because with the products that we're going to talk about in a little bit, every day is an investment in my family. I just want to show you this as an example. And we have somebody that's going to give us a testimonial today, but this one's the one I use. My child in Canada, he suffers from an allergy to cold. So it's interesting when you're allergic to cold, but a lot of people are actually allergic to cold here. But he's got a bad allergy. And so what happens is, if he doesn't use gloves and put Vaseline and a whole bunch of things, his hands turn so bad that they actually crack and bleed. If you guys can see, I'll just put it closer. And so little hands of kids should not look like that. So immune system's reacting. It's telling us that, he's got to get out of the cold. He's got to take better care. So, we treat inside and outside. My kid now has little kids' hands like they should be. Another example, oh my gosh, he gets hot. So, when he gets cold, there's a problem. When he gets hot, there's a problem. Immune system is like that. So if you can see very itchy skin, scratchy, at night, he cries because it's so painful. We put some of our products in the outside, take some of the products in the inside. Kids got little kids' legs again, the way little kids' legs should look. I love that. The other thing is myself. I won't stop at this one because we have a great testimonial, but that's what I said. I said, I want to go back to the body that I had 10 years ago. Hey, you know what? I had increased already a lot of weight, Dan, and you're into fitness. So you know that gaining it is easy, losing it is not. And
Yes.
the effects obviously is not the same at 50, but working on it. And you know what? It's a little bit of a roller coaster. Woman, we do that up and down, but it's always striving for the best. The last two pictures I want to talk to you about is time. The reason I actually quit my job and started doing for life was because he could give me the time that I needed to be a good wife, a good daughter, and a good mother, and a good stepmother, and a good neighbor and a good person for my community. And that's what I do. So balance in life is not just necessarily spending so much time like I did before. I was in corporate, spending time making money for somebody else. When I can make time to be there for my husband when he needs me, or my son when he needs me, that's the greatest success story I can give you. And this last one is my husband being goofy and funny the way he always is. And we found this great wall that says, be happy. And this is what we want to tell people. You know what? At the end of the game, whatever you do, just be happy. Like if you can just, wake up in the morning, kiss the person, right beside you. And then at the end of the night, end up knowing that your family and your life is in balance. That's what I do. And that's what this company brings to me. So now we're going to talk to you guys a little bit more about this company. So Dan, what do you think?
That's amazing. It's amazing, that you were able to find that balance. And it seems to me from all the pictures that you showed us that you were looking for a balance between, your time, your health, and your finances, correct? If I'm not mistaken. And that's what we want to talk to people about today. But with all these challenges that we have today, we've had a challenge for the pandemic. Now we're going into what they call a recession, and there is financial challenges. They're announcing wars and everything that's happening. There's a lot of confusion. Is there something that people can say, hey, I need to look into this because this seems to be something that's going to bring me that balance. It's going to bring me the balance between my finances, my health, and my time, because the most important thing that people have, the only resource that we have that is non-renewable, is our time. We could always get another job. We can always, if we lose money, we can gain it back. If our car goes wrong, we can buy another car. If we lose our house, it's not easy, but we can buy another house. But time, we never can get it back. And that's the one thing that I stress always to make sure that I get the best of my time, the best use of my time, and with my family and everything. So with all these challenges, is there an option? Is there something that people can look at to say, hey, listen, this is a viable option that's going to bring me that freedom that I'm looking for?
Well, Dan, that's exactly what happened, because there's a couple of ways that people can do it, but it depending on your, the time you have in life, which mine was, I have a kid. I want to spend time with my kid. I didn't have time to open another business. I already had done that. I know how much money it takes. I didn't have money to time or money, or even wanted to become an influencer, what I wanted to do was partner with a company like the one that I chose, which is For Life. And I wanted to partner to bring a message to the world. And it was the message that we have for you tonight. That is something that I can do from home and that I can do globally. I wanted, because I was already in a corporate company that was not global. So that company, it was also a network marketing company. So I could talk about a product or service, but I could only do it in Canada. So when I found For Life, I said, oh, wow, I can do this in over 150 countries. This is amazing. And this is what we do every day. Connect with Zoom, be global, talk to people. And I also wanted, like I said before, I didn't want to invest my time in something that was not going to give me rentability. I wanted to make sure that when I planned it, I was going to plan right. And I wanted to plan in the right company. I didn't have enough time to be switching and changing. And I was already experienced in this field. It's what I have been doing for 20 years. But I was, like I said, in the other side. And I knew that For Life could bring me the rentability that I needed because of the solidity of the company. But the one thing that I loved, and I think you already know by, the pictures and everything, is community. I love being a people person. I have always done that. So to be able to enjoy this with people like you, Dan, and everybody in this room, it was a win-win.
It's true. It's I always say you come into this, for the money and to find freedom, and you find a family. And this is what we are. We're a family, and I love being here with everyone. I'm just like you. I'm a people person, and it's one of the things that got my attention the most. But talk to me about some of the benefits of this opportunity.
Well, you know what? It was like I said before. I had just gotten divorced and I needed something that I did not needed to invest too much. This was the right choice. I could invest less than $300 to build a business and less than $300 to maintain it. But guess what? The money that I was investing every single month, like I showed you in the pictures with my child and our Fit Family program, we were investing it in ourselves. It was like, wow, this is a win-win for me. Every single cent that I'm actually investing in my business is going back into giving me health, giving my mother, my husband, my child health. So I joined For Life and I said, wow, this is incredible. I did not have to build a website. I also have a coaching business. That building a website costs from $3,000 to $10,000. Building an app costs $2,000 to $5,000. We had everything already included with our initial investment. We had CRM, you had my shop, you have everything completely, literally, I would say free, because it costs $25 to join. And I said, I have all of this and I didn't have to pay for it. And for the other business, I paid thousands of dollars to build it. So how to say no to network marketing?
How important it was for you to because I know this would give us some freedom to do this from your own home, to be able to be with your family while you basically earn money. How important was how much of weight would that have then in your decision to join this opportunity?
That was my key feature. If I could do something that people say, is Mateo your engine? I always say, no, it was not only being present for him, it was helping other moms show them that they could be present for their kids too. I'll tell you how important it is. My child right now at 11 just got chosen for the gifted program in his school. Oh, and wow. Those of you that have heard the story, I know for a fact, because the teacher has told me, children that excel in school, one of the top reasons is because parents are home paying attention with them. Before a couple of hours ago, I was just playing with him and he knows. I said, listen, I have 2 meetings after this, but we're going to spend 30 minutes playing whatever you want. We play, we jog together, we do stuff together. And I want moms to have that opportunity. I want moms to be able to say, I wake up whenever I want or need to do it. I have lunch with my husband, which I do every day. And I have time to play with my kid and have the energy. So time is everything at this time and age. Your kids will, you're there for them.
Those are the things that our family cherish the most. You know, when our kids grow up, they don't remember how much money we make. They don't remember how many gifts we got them for Christmas. They always remember the good time when we sat down with them and talk about little things, you know, the trips we do with them. So those are the things that family remember the most. And that's one of the things that I'm glad we are able to share with people. But all these things and all this whole package come from a company that has been experienced, that has been doing this for a long, long time. So talk to us about the company.
Well, I knew that I would have to choose a winning partner. I did not have enough time. I was quitting a job of 15 years. I was leaving the famous ever pension. I was like, okay, I need to do it right. So I chose one that was debt-free, 20, when I chose it, right now it's got 25 years of experience. And I knew that they had everything I needed. They have over 1,000 employees around the world that were going to work for me. I don't pay these employees. My partner pays these employees, which is David and Bianca Listenby. So I already knew that I had already 60 patents we have right now, 26 official countries, but over 100 countries that I would be exposed to be able to bring one message to the world. So For Life was the right company. It was not too old. It was not too new. I knew it was going to be a safe company, which I needed at that moment. I was a single mom. There's no chances of, like the gold is shining in a brand new company. I already knew that this one was the one.
That's amazing. And like, just to give people a little bit of idea of what kind of products we have, or what are we directed to, can you share something about that?
Well, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. My sister was talking to me about a product that had helped her with something and that it would help me with something. And I was like, how can the same product help you for two things? I don't understand this thing. And she was like, yeah, it's your immune system. And I'm like, I have no idea how the immune system works. At that time, I had no experience what immune system was. Now we are in 2023. Whoever doesn't know what immune system is has not been awake or listening to the news. And so I knew, like I said, when I chose this company, that I was betting in the right one, and it's now happening. Everybody knows immune system. Immune system is everything. If it's too high, you're going to have issues like my child had. If it's too low, you're going to catch everything that is in the wind and be sick and miss school and miss work. And it's going to cost money for your family. And God forbid, get even worse and end up in a hospital. So I knew that immune system was going to be the talk of the future. I just didn't know when it was going to hit us, but it hit us, and it hit us hard. Now, the other thing is that again, going back to pre-pandemic, people did not really know what immune system was. So I went into more about, well-being and fitness. And this is where I want to bring our friend Paula. And I'm going to show you a couple of pictures because she also focused a lot on health, well-being. And this is what happened with her amazing transformation. So Paula, we want to hear your story.
I really wanted to be present for my kids. I did decide when my kids were young that I was going to work in a school setting. So, because I wanted to be with them. But out of the school setting, there was not much I can do because of my weight. I was 350 pounds. So when we went to Disney, I would go on a wheelchair and they would have to push me. So it was not really much fun. I knew about this business, so I tried the products. Trying the products, eating better, and doing things that I was supposed to do gave me the best opportunity of my life. I was able to lose weight, manage my weight to become a healthy weight. I was able to, go out with my kids and do other fun things, like bow and arrow, or there's so many activities that we were not able to do before that we are able to do now. So as you can see in the picture, I normally didn't take pictures because when you are a little bit over the weight that you desire, you're like, I don't want to take a picture, or you try to hide. But it was 2 pictures that I took because insisting, I took them. And now I say, thank you, God, for the pictures that I took, because I would have never been able to demonstrate the difference between how I was before and how I am now. So I travel with my kids now and with my husband, and it's so much better. I'm able to do things that I wasn't able to do before. And all of it is thanks to this company, the people, they show you, because a lot of times you say you want to lose weight. Okay, what does that mean? It doesn't mean go starve yourself. It doesn't mean like just stop eating food. No. Everything I just ate little by little. My anxiety went away. My knowing what to put in my body, knowing the importance of what my body is, knowing what to put in, what not to put, for me was amazing. So I'm so grateful to this company for that, and so many reasons more. So I would suggest to everybody, please, when you're scared, it doesn't matter. You could just change that. You say, oh, I don't know how to sell. Don't worry about selling, because when you go to a job and apply for a job, you need to sell yourself. When somebody's sick and you're trying to help them out, you're helping them. So this is what I do. I help others get a better life than what they have right now. And with that, go back to you.
That is amazing. Thank you, Paula. Thank you. See, we're in the business of changing people, changing life. And that's a little bit more than what we, what we initially talk about. But the reality is that this company, it's all about that. It's about changing life. Yesterday, actually, our CEO came out with a message. And one of the things he said, that our president of the company wants to actually change life. And he wants to get it, actually get a positive effect in 3 million people by the end of this year. 3 million families, I would say, not people. So this is what we do. I'm glad that you went through what you went through and saw the change, and we're so happy to have you here. So thank you for that. Now we're going to go back to Talia. Thank you, Paula. Thank you for being here. And hopefully we'll see more of you and better you.
Yes.
So Claudia, back to you. I'm going to ask now, what is it that, that this company offers, and which way people can participate?
Well, that's exactly where I knew that this was what I wanted to do for the rest of my life. I said, many times, like I said before, I said, how am I going to multiply the 24 hours? I already used, 8 for sleep, 8 for, working. Like, what can I do? So when I quit my job, I said, okay. So the first thing that happened was that I became a customer. My sister offered me the product. I start taking it. So that's the first way to participate. It's great. You can either order from a link that a friend sends you, or you can order from your own preferred customer link. Now, the next one, number 2, is a fairly new one. It's the new one. So it's not the one I chose, but it's becoming an influencer for life. So that one we can explain further. If you have somebody, or you yourself have over 5,000 over 5,000 viewers, and you would like to promote the products, We for Life sends you free products so that you can show it into your level of influence. You can get people to order from you, and you get 25%. So this is a great way. As a customer or as an influencer, you can share the product, get 25%. However, and this is where you multiply the time, because with the first 2, you don't multiply time. And even with the third one, for those of you that like selling, I like selling. Not a lot of people like. So selling is easy. Selling is, I love something that I really use in my life and use every day, and I want to share with my friends. See, people are scared of the word sales. We sell every day. We sell ourselves. We sell without knowing. We sell for other people. We're like, oh, that's a good movie, or that's go to Walmart. They're in sale for this and that. So all the time we're selling something, go somewhere, but we're not getting anything. And so that is where number 4 comes in. And this is what I wanted to do. I said, okay, I quit my job. What do? I can't go into anything that is sales, which is, my forte, is what I've done my whole life. I want to do something where I can use the time that I have and multiply it and be able to work with a team. And so that's number 4. And that's what happened to my life. It was Yeah, like I said, I was already training other people to do it, but I wasn't doing it myself. I was getting a check, and every week I was like comfortably getting a check, but the check never grew. And every time that they gave me an increase of salary every year, it was like smaller and smaller. And I said, I can't do this my whole life. I still got 15 years into pension. I can't do this at this rate. What can I do where I can get people and leverage from supporting other people? And that's what I did. And so that's what we do. We share the opportunity with others, that there is something where if we all come together, then it multiplies. It's a multiplying effect. So just to make it simple, I talk to 3 people, company pays me, and that's great. But if those 3 people, which is what we teach, multiply and tell 3 people, then I have 9, and it's a multiplying effect. Now the company pays me for the 9, but guess what? I only found the first 3, then 3, 9, 27, 81, and it keeps growing. So every time I talk to someone about something that I already love, about my kids' great hands, about me losing weight and Paula losing weight, and about people building immune system, and I get somebody to either buy or open their own business, their own franchise. And this is what Dan and Paula and me and Jennifer and a lot of people that are in this meeting, or if you are actually watching this video later, the person that shared this video with you do. And this is where we want you to focus. How would it feel that instead of you working those 8 or 9 or 10 hours or whatever you work, or 2 jobs, you could actually just find 6 people to share something that you love the way that I love. And those 6 people tell 6 that tell 6. How would it feel to have 1,290 or more people having a great lifestyle and great health, thanks to you opening your mouth, or sharing Paula's story, or sharing Dan or my story, and earning 20,000 or more. And even if it's 5,000 that you want to earn, or 1,000, I want to earn 20,000. That's why I want to focus on the last one. $20,000 a month would change my life and my family life. How would it change your life, Dan? Because it would definitely be a life changer for me. So that's our question for you tonight. Dan, is that not a question for everybody? Do you want number one?
Here's one of the things that I always said. It's like, you get paid to do one thing one time. It's like if I cut your grass and you pay me $24 for paying the grass, this is $24 is nothing. $24 we can spit and pay for that. $24. But if you pay me the next week and I didn't cut your grass, and then you pay me the following month, I didn't cut your grass, and then you pay me the same $24 the following month, and at the end of 12 months you pay me all those 25 times 12, that's more than what you think for doing the one thing once. And this is the same concept with this. And we're just to let people know, we're talking about residual income, or passive income, like most people know it here. And like, it is different than what people are used to. People are used to get a salary. You know what they said, a salary is a drug that they give you to forget about your dreams. So we get in this rut of getting paid every 2 weeks. And then we look forward to those 2 weeks after working 80 hours to have 2 days off. And by already Saturday night, you're thinking about that Monday is coming and you got to wake up to work. That's a horrible way to live life.
That's no life. That's not life.
But this company offers the opportunity to create a residual income, an income that's coming every month, while you do the same thing, the one thing, do it right one time. And it allows us to do an array of things. And then one of those things that I think that I love the most is that it changed people's life. It helps people's life. And you talk about those 1,296 people, and it's just not giving them financial help. It's giving them the freedom to do the things we want to do. It's giving them the opportunity that we have, and we're now sharing with them. And that's what's important to me.
Exactly, Dan. And see, this is the thing. I love the fact that my life has changed so much. I'm blessed. I've had really great jobs. I spoke very good English from, the beginning. So I didn't go through a lot of the struggles that a lot of the immigrants go in our country. Blessed with a job. but the job never gave me the freedom that I needed. That's why I showed the picture from China. It's like, I never had to ask a boss. I left for 21 days. I worked from over there. Like there was no ties. And so that's what we want. Has it ever, I want everybody in this room, I want to finish with this. Has your life been different in the last 5 years? Like if you are in the same job and you have been in that job for at least 5 years, or maybe you lost your job through the pandemic and you had to find another one. So the important thing is, does that job bring you the happiness that you're looking for? And maybe it does, but then is it rewarded with the amount of money that you feel that you should earn? Because that's Ikigai, Dan, and I think the next training will do it on Ikigai, which is you should be able to live your life with passion and fully. I tell you, you look at my Facebook, this is the way I have lived my life for 11 years. And this is with doing what I love, getting paid for what I love, and getting paid, rewarding myself, because I'm the one that pays my paycheck now. And I'm the one that chooses the trips that I want to go in. And so no one has to decide for me. So every day I'm building into finding those thousands of families, one at a time, that want to do this with me. So if you're watching this video or you were in this meeting and somebody shared this with you, and you're like, maybe my life has not changed in the last 5 years. Now, my next question is, if you look at yourself in 1 year, will your life change? Because if it doesn't, you should be saying yes to the person that sent you this video and saying, when do we start? I want something that changes my life, and I want to change it now, because it will change your life in any other way that you can't imagine. Personal growth, lots of friends, and obviously more income. That's your part. You decide how much money you want to put into your pocket. If it's 100 or 1,000, that you make a plan, but something will change in your life for sure.
That's right. That's what they said, the journey of 1,000 miles start with the first step, one step at a time. That's the only way we're going to do it. So if you're here and you heard this and you like what you're hearing and you're thinking about it, just take that step, make the decision, call the person that invited you to this meeting, and they will be able to guide you and tell you the next step. And we will be more than welcome to have you in our family.